Yahoo, Prof here, and the last video went on longer than expected, but look at that time. That is probably going to be for tomorrow then. We took a look at the one-fold Alox Refined in blue. Alox Blue. This isn't the first, but the Alox Refined series is locking Swiss Army knives. Well, a bit of a hint at the end there. I may have been on Knife Center to purchase that because I saw that the Buck 110 was getting reissued as well as an EDC. And, well, so I picked that up from Knife Center. And while I was on Knife Center, there may have been something that has a color similar to some other items that I like, right? Well, and how did I find it? Well, remember I was searching Alox, and I didn't necessarily know, like, what made... Like, I haven't followed Swiss Army knives, if you watched that previous video, in decades, right? Bought mine, used it for a long time. Then, well, transitioned to... Well, not even there. I was going to bring out a TUKK. You know, use a TUKK. Transition to TUKK. No. I transitioned to a TUKK. What I transitioned to was a EAB. Like this bent one that I have to contact them because my replacement was also bent. You guys can see that, but that bit's all kitty wampus. So I kind of stopped at knives. Came back into it with this guy here, this real steel old stop held design that I was like, holy shit, that's a steak knife. I need a steak knife. And then got its little brother as well. You know, then we got into Tactile Knife Co. And it has never been the same since. I've got some kind of high-end knives now. But yeah, look at that color right there. And I was searching Alox, which is this one, which is their aluminium scales. There you go. That's what I'm looking for. I'm getting pretty tired here. I didn't realize it was... Normally I'm sleeping an hour and 42 minutes ago. And I worked till almost 1. Then we played video juegos until I started making these videos. So, but I was searching Alox in order to find this guy. In my searches, there might have been a bright yellow color that popped up. Victorinox since 1884, made in Switzerland. Victorinox 2022. There you go. Hunter Pro Alox Limited Edition 2023. Apparently they do one of these every year. There was a 2025 there. I didn't see if there was 2024. I didn't give a fuck about that. I didn't buy it because of the limited edition. Let's put it that way. I bought it because... How's this thing freaking open? Here. Because... Congratulations on your new Alox Limited Edition 2023. This is the 9th year we're doing it. Range includes Classic SD, Pioneer X, the Hunter Pro. This year's model are characterized by the electric yellow Alox scales. Alox scales are punch aluminum embossed and then anodized. Aloxal process uses anodic oxidation. That's anodizing. Layer can wear depending on use. Each edition is limited to 1 year, and the corresponding years on the back of the pocket knives. Apparently there's other models. So now I need to go and find, because this is the Hunter Pro, I need to find the Pioneer X. I don't know what these changes are. 130 millimeter, 93 millimeter, 58 millimeter. 2.34 centimeters to the inch. So 23, right? Going on 24. So that's a 2-inch. No, a little over 2-inch blade. This guy's big. This guy's big. Got the little flyer, of course. What they call this? Electric yellow? Classic SD. I don't know what that is. I don't know any of these because, as we've shown, my Victorinox experience is, well, this guy and, you know, the classic Swiss Army knife, right? This, I think, is the classic one scissors. I also have one of the can't locate currently, one of the little pocket ones that has the scissors on one side and the small knife blade on the other. So this will be new for me, but I saw this electric yellow and I had to get it. Oh jeez. Oh, it kind of, oh, this is a big knife. I didn't realize how big this knife was. This is a holy bloody, that's a weapon. I mean, it fits that. I say it's a weapon, but that's some engineering there. That's some ergonomics. Like, that fits despite being, okay, my biggest blade, maybe not biggest blade until now, but my biggest blade that I'm used to pressing here for the lock too. It's way up here. Okay. So my biggest blade that I use is the Maverick. Still very much a very thin EDC. You know, bigger blade. That's beyond 3 inches. Great. A big knife that I never particularly liked. This is a knockoff Buck 110. This guy. Now that's a knife. I mean, I guess it is right in line with the Buck 110. Look at that. If this knockoff is pretty true too, based on my experience with the original one. That is right in line. To be truthful, when I was a kid, this felt way too big. Now that I'm a grown adult, this doesn't feel so big, especially in this case. It's got the, what I believe to be finger choil, so you can do like stuff closer, like you're choking up on the blade, essentially. You're losing blade, but you're taking this closer in, if that makes sense. This is Pakistan. Definitely not a US made. It's rusting back here. Did not expect, but it feels so good. What? Wow. Yeah, this is a new experience for me. I didn't know that Victorinox made this style. At least when I was using them and into them, like I said, it was like Swiss Army knife and derivatives. That is such a low profile. It feels so good. And then like this clip too, how it swoops in and you're like, oh, a bunch of brands have done that for a long time. Yeah, but I don't know. They've even curved it. They've even curved it like this way. If you can see that. So that your hand, This is a big knife. But yet, it fits the hand so well. Swiss made. Victorinox. They often don't tell you, that's a thick guy, too. This is even bigger than my SOG as well, because I do have a SOG that I got that was lent out, that somebody took a big chunk out of the blade, and I sent it into them for, because it was bigger than something I could sharpen out, and they actually replaced it. So good on you, SOG. And the crazy thing is, they replaced it, and they wouldn't take my fee for sharpening it, because they're like, yeah, well, we didn't sharpen it. And I'm like, you replaced the knife. Like, wow, though. That fits the hand, at least my hand, so freaking well. That's crazy. I didn't expect a knife that big to fit the hand. Like, I don't know. I'm used to stuff like this. Even the SOG feels boxy, and like this, like there's a lot of looseness here, right? Now this is not an original. If you look at an original Buck 110, there's way more rounding to it, right? Like, so it fills your hand a little bit better, right? But you know, this is my experience that I had. And then the SOG is also very, very boxy. It's bigger. I don't want to go up and get it because it's all upstairs at this point. It's like it's a fine knife. I want to say it was like $100 back when it was new. I didn't buy it, but you know, like it's at least a quality knife, right, with a good warranty. Kind of like if somebody got you a Gerber knife, you wouldn't complain. Or like what's the other one that we had around here? There's a couple like brands like that. SOG was big back then. I keep trying to press right there because that's where I feel like the release should be. So you got 2 fingers, boom. It's actually here that you grab it. You don't have to release that a whole very far too. This is definitely not a like flick it open sort of thing. It seems like, man, the way that they've put the finger grooves in there, at least for my hand, and the thickness, like that, look at that. That fits so well. It's crazy. It's, I mean, not crazy, but like it feels that way. And it's so thick up here that's why it's got the double bevel. There's a lot of oomph. Then you have the point here, like where it bevels, it's better for piercing. That comes from the era when you would have actually sharpened this side as well, by the way. They basically don't do that anymore. And in the pictures on Knife Center, I saw it because once I saw this, I'm like drooling. And like I said, I was there to get this, and I left with but here, look, Swiss, right? And then in the bottom of the box here is this lanyard, which I had to make sure I was getting still, because it was not pictured. Most companies would picture this with their with the knives. For some reason, Knife Center did not have it, probably because it's in underneath. But apparently, this is a thing that all the limited editions come with. Now, do I want? I'm gonna loosely do this because I don't know if I want it this way. I want it the other way. I went up through. I want to go down. I don't know that I particularly like this style lanyard. I like having like a bead on it, because this style is really designed to have like the most, like where this comes out of is a survival / military. So like you have paracord. So basically you're trying to store, maybe not as much paracord, but you're trying to store a bunch of paracord in something that you would already be carrying, right? So that basically all that is doubled over and done that way, so you could pull this apart and get like, say, 10 feet. I did not expect it to be this big. Like, this is really stiff too. I don't know. Would you guys leave that on there? It is a part of it, but like it's also like I don't necessarily need that dangling. It was like a big deal when I made sure it had it because it seemed to be a thing that like came with the limited editions, but that's like dangling off there. It's also very stiff. Maybe it'll break in over time. Maybe I'll end up liking it because it's chonky as, but I'd prefer to put something like, you know, like this on there. Just a little guy. Right? That's like a foot doubled over. Or this guy is just a little, I think that personally that's all you need. Now, at least if you're using it the way that I use it, which is just to pull it out of the pocket or access a little bit easier. Now in this case, like if you're actually using this for survival, not that you would use the limited edition one for that probably. Like I said, you want like density of paracord in here because you're going to pull it apart like when you need it. And then, but what happened is like this went from being a practical thing that you would like wrap around the shoulder straps of your backpack or your knives or your tools to have a little bit extra, to be like, oh, that's like tact cool, right? Yeah, like there. If it stopped there, like I don't know. Let me know if you guys would leave that on there or not, because it's as long as the knife is. I wonder if there's a reason for that. Like if people consider that acceptable, if it's as long as the knife, so you can like put it in your pocket like that. But my whole point of having a lanyard on it is to pull it out, access it, either in a bag or in a pocket or a, you know. And this guy's big enough that I don't need, on some of these things, I need the extra length. Let's say, okay, here, this guy, I actually like use this to, if you pull on it to get some extra length. That's a bad example. Here, this guy, right, like that. So to pull it out, it's way easier to pull on this big thick bead on the back, right, than it is to have to like, you can kind of just hold this here and just go boop, and your pinky, you know, maybe it looks good on a picture when it's sitting there like this, right? I didn't realize how big that was, so that may go back in the box, but just because it's like stiff and in the way, maybe after time it'll break in, but that's way bigger than I thought it would be. But man, oh man, is that smooth. It fits the hand great. Wow. That, I've never bought Victorinox knives that are not like a Swiss Army knife, right? They make a quality blade, what can I say? Wow. How sharp's this guy compared to that Alox? Okay, that's sharper than the Alox was by quite a bit. I don't know if this was a good purchase. It was definitely an impulse purchase late at night. But I saw, because I'm searching for Alox, right? And I see bright yellow and then like electric yellow, and I'm like, yes, 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 please. Yes, 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 please. I'm impressed. Did I think it was going to be this big? No. And you're like, what? Why? Because when I was searching, I was more worried about, am I getting the lanyard thing with it than what actually is it? Yeah, I was like, I'm sure it's nice. They make nice blades. You know, they've been known to be very quality. And these are not necessarily easy to find either, because they were limited in 2023. But I'll have to see now if I can find the Classic SD, Pioneer X. This is the 100 Pro in electric yellow, Alox scales. So I'll have to see if I didn't realize it was a whole lineup. Just that snap too. Well, I need to get to sleep. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this big string of videos. We'll have another one for you tomorrow. Maybe we'll use one of these nice new sharp guys to crack this open. And hopefully you'll hit that subscribe button. We'll see you in future videos. Peace.